man. Canada to Atlanta, we working, man.
Before Murda Beatz was producing for some of the biggest names in hip-hop, including Migos, Drake, 21 Savage, Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz, Travis Scott, Smoke Perp, Nicki Minaj, and 6ix9ine. Treyway!
Got that wet, got that drip, got that super soaker.
Before dropping his mixtape, Keep God First, the soon-to-be released follow-up, Keep God First 2, or his collaborative mixtape with Smoke Perp, Bless Yo Trap.
I want all the smoke, I smoke all the dope, Uzi with a scope.
Before turning the menu screen song from Fortnite into a hot track featuring young bands Lil Yachty and Ski Mask the Slump God. One of the hottest trap and hip-hop producers in the world, Murda says that when he started making beats, pretty much no one believed in him. Now to be fair, Murda did have a lot to overcome to get to where he is today. Starting out as a white teenager in a small Canadian town, he had no industry contacts and no connections in the underground hip-hop scene. What he did have was a decent musical background, strong social media skills, and the ability to identify artists who would become the future of hip-hop. Good for him. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of Murda Beatz, part of Fame, here for you on Before They Were Famous. Now, you guys, I'm aware that I should have made this video a long time ago, but I've actually been holding off because me and Murda, well, we've been talking behind the scenes. Now, we're probably gonna put a more collaborative video together in the future. I'm hoping we can do an interview, but the dude's pretty busy. He's currently on tour. Now, in the past, I've documented other producers like Metro Boomin, DJ Khaled, and Dr. Dre. But I feel like there's a whole bunch more that deserve a place on this channel. So who should I cover next? Sound off in the comments down below. Thanks to Candy Pens for sponsoring this video. And now let's get down to the nitty gritty. Good old Canadian boy. Hey, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom. Murda Beatz was born Shane Lindstrom on February 11th, 1994 in Fort Erie, Ontario. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, Fort Erie is a sleepy Canadian town by Lake Erie, just across the Niagara River from good old Buffalo, New York. Now, it might be a nice spot for a laid-back vacation, but it's not exactly known for having a thriving hip-hop scene. Honestly, the hip-hop scene in Canada, it wasn't quite thriving until this guy showed up. Okay, we had Drake, but other than that, it was a lot like this.
Oh, Canada, oh, Canada. Oh, Canada, oh, Canada.
Shane grew up in a musical home with his parents always listening to rock music. His dad played guitar and had a passion for music. He had always aspired to do something with it, but he never found an opportunity to pursue it as a career. Now that's probably why Shane, he got into beat making in the first place. And his dad, well, he was one of the only people who believed in him from the beginning. And from an early age, Shane's dad encouraged him to learn to play the guitar, but he preferred the drums. Now at first he was playing on his uncle's drums, then in his early teens he got his own set of all black pearl drums, which he would go on to play at school functions and talent shows. Shane attended Fort Erie Secondary School, and it was around his early high school days that his musical taste shifted more and more towards hip-hop. He told Billboard that the music video that made him fall in love with hip-hop in the first place was The Game's Hate It or Love It, of course featuring 50 Cent. Now this wasn't the typical type of music for a small-town Canadian boy to be listening to, but as Murda has put it,
I don't put like a race on music, you know?
Yeah, of course.
As the music he listened to started to shift, well, naturally so did the music he wanted to play. Shane sold his traditional drum set, switching it up for an electric one. Then after some friends of his introduced him to Fruity Loops, well, he started spending a lot of time at home just clicking away with the program. He then traded his electric drums for the Akai MPK-49 keyboard. He started making beats for a friend that was freestyling, and he had plans to make beats for some upcoming rappers in Toronto. Now, to promote himself as a producer, well, Shane decided to pick the name Murda Beatz Production. Murda Beatz began promoting himself through social media. He connected with underground artists through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and also put his music up on YouTube. Now, if you want an example of his sound in the early days, the oldest beat on his channel dropped way back in October of 2011, and it was called Thuggin' Slim Dunkin' Type Beat. Thuggin' Slim Dunkin' Type Beat. I don't know what I just did the first time. Murda Beatz. Soon, upcoming artists would be using his beats, but Murda was still just tinkering around with beat production at this time. He continued to roll out beats in the style of popular artists. There was Gucci Mane type beat called Sippin', there was Geeked Out, a Juicy type beat, and So Icy, a Soulja Boy type beat. Sooner than he probably could have ever guessed, will he be working with all three of these rappers. Just 3 months into beat making, Murda got his first placement producing Soulja Boy's remix to Young N-Word featuring Rocky Diamonds.
I'm pulling up Ferrari, got your bitch not saying sorry. You old school like Atari.
Despite the early success, Murda still had his doubters.
At the beginning, it was like people told me I couldn't make rap music because I wasn't black.
Wow. Really?
Still, the boy, he didn't give up.
I don't put like a race on music, you know?
Yeah, of course.
At the time, the Toronto rap scene wasn't popping too much, so being a fan of Chief Keef in the Chicago drill scene, Murda moved down to Chi-Town to build his name in America. While there, he managed to work with artists like GBE, Lil Durk, Gino Marley, and Fredo Santana.
Work, 8 bricks in my trunk, I got mega work.
Even while flourishing in Chicago, Murda wanted to get into Atlanta's scene too. Online, he discovered the Migos before they were getting any mainstream attention, before they were even on this channel. That's early.
I connected with them through Twitter, like a long time ago, through like Skip. So shout out Skip.
Skippa da Flippa started showing the Migo Murda's beats, and they liked the sound. And soon enough, they were flying him out to Atlanta. Around 2012 to 2013, Murda was working with the Migos on the regular, going on the road with them, and even living with them. Can you imagine? Now then, in September of 2013, the Migos would release a song that would change their status in the music history forever. It was epic. Versace was produced by Zaytoven, who Murda credits as helping him learn to produce quickly. That is, the Migos, they expected Murda to be able to put a beat together in a very short period of time. We're talking 20 minutes. Because, Zaytoven, he was able to churn out beats that fast. Now, after the success of Versace, Migos released a number of songs with Murda Beatz. There was their Chief Keef diss track, Jealousy, released in December of 2013, but a month prior, they released an even more ironic collaboration with Murda Beatz called Emmett Smith. Emmett Smith would appear on the Migos mixtape, No Label 2, along with a number of tracks produced by Murda Beatz. There was Body Parts, Antidote, and Copy Me. His tracks would also appear on their next mixtape, but it wasn't until their debut studio album, Young Rich Nation, that Murda Beatz would become a household name. His credits include Just For Tonight featuring Chris Brown, Cocaina featuring Young Thug, Playa Playa, Spray the Champagne, and of course, Pipe It Up.
Pipe it up, down, pipe it up, down, pipe it up, down, pipe it up.
Widely considered Murda's breakthrough track and first official single, Pipe It Up charted Billboard's R&B chart, peaking at number 38. He gets asked about the track often, and in an interview with Fader, he broke down what it was like recording the track. He stated, "I just got to the house in Atlanta, it was like 10 or 11 at night. Migos were drinking Hennessy, I never really see them drinking alcohol, they're never really drinking liquor. So I was like, oh, you guys are drinking Henny? Alright, let's drink some Henny tonight. We started drinking Henny and I started playing all the new beats I brought with me. I was playing Quavo beats and I skipped over the beat, and Quavo was like, wait, go back to that beat. So I was playing it and he was like, pipe it up, pipe it up, pipe it up. And I was like, yo, just go in and record that. Just go, don't think about it. When he came out, he was like, man, this is fun. This is exactly how we made Versace. He finished the verse, and in the next couple of days, Takeoff did his verse to it. I knew when we made that hook that song was gonna be big. Quavo knew too. We all knew. Now established as a serious producer in both Chicago and Atlanta, Murda Beatz would continue to expand his influence in hip-hop, both underground and at the tippy top. Now I'll get into all that in just a second, but for now, well, it looks like it's getting a little smokier. You've all heard of Candy Pence, right? Well, if the name doesn't ring a bell, I got a good feeling you've seen them before.
Baby, it's a no-brainer. Don't you know, girl, I am the one. I came from the bando. Baby.
Candy Pence was named Best Vaporizer of 2018 by High Times due to its combination of popular technology and flashy design. For Candy Pence, well, they've quickly become the go-to choice for vaping in the hip-hop and rap community. We're talking co-signs from DJ Khaled, Fatboy SSE, Young M.A., Amber Rose, and A$AP Rocky. In fact, A$AP has his own line called the Flacco Jody Collection, and Amber Rose, she's got billboards all over Los Angeles promoting her own signature line. Now, candy pens are for those 18 years or older, and well, seeing as I'm their official YouTube ambassador, well, they've given me the ability to get you 25% off your entire order during checkout. There's a link down below. Use the promo code BTWF25. Now let's get back to Murda Beatz. Now, being a producer from Canada, it was only a matter of time before Murda Beatz will be working with Drake. And dig deep into his Twitter, you'll see he knew this the entire time. Way back in 2011, he tweeted out, "Yo Drake, Canadian producer, what's your email? I gotta beat your type." But it didn't stop there. Here's a few from 2014. "Cooking crazy beat for Drake, I'ma get that placement soon. Drake gotta fuck with me soon, NBS." A few months later, he tweeted, "Made a hit, where's Drake at Toronto?" He would also be tweeting out Goo Up since 2012, when he wrote, "Yo Gucci, send your beat email so we can get icy. #Burr." You gotta love the man's hustle. Fast forward to 2016, Murda Beatz would be working with both artists on the same track, that being Back on Road, which at the time of this recording has been certified gold by RIAA. He'd work with Drake again when he featured on French Montana's platinum hit, No Shopping, which Murda produced. He would produce Drake's With You featuring Party Next Door, which at the time of this recording has been certified platinum, and Gucci Mane's Stutter. That same year, Murda would also work with Travis Scott on Sweet Sweet and Outside featuring 21 Savage. On December 10th, Murda Beatz released his mixtape, Keep God First, and that project featured a host of talented rappers, including Black Youngsta, Playboi Carti, Sway Lee, 2 Chainz, Ty Dolla $ign, the Migos members, and more. By 2017, Murda Beatz had become a household name, at least when it came to hip-hop music insiders. But looking at his Instagram, pretty much everybody was honing in on this kid. Now, we worked with more artists than I could possibly name here, but I gotta name a few more of his most popular tracks from that year. He produced the double platinum 2 Chainz track, It's a Vibe, which also featured Ty Dolla $ign, Trey Songz, and Jhené Aiko. There was Drake's Portland featuring Quavo and Travis Scott, which also went double platinum and hit number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100, as well as number 2 on the on-demand streaming songs chart. Butterfly Effect by Travis Scott would also go double platinum, and 4 AM by 2 Chainz featuring Travis Scott would be another platinum hit. There was Motorsport with Migos, Nicki Minaj, and Cardi B, which went triple platinum, and also hit number 6 on the Hot 100, and 3 on both the R&B chart and rap chart. Talk about killing it. So far in 2018, Will Murda, he would continue to just dominate the game, and he teamed up with Smoke Perp to release Bless Yo Trap, with tracks like 1, 2, 3 and Do Not Disturb featuring Lil Yachty and Offset. He would work with Calvin Harris on No Read, No Ready featuring Party Next Door, and there was Bigger Than You by 2 Chainz featuring Quavo and Drake, and most recently, Fifi by 6ix9ine and featuring Nicki Minaj. Jesus, no wonder I can't get an interview.
What we gon' do, yeah, say they killing people, but I really do it.
Now that video at the time of this recording, it's trending on YouTube. It's actually number 1 in Canada. Oh no, No Brainer knocked it off. Whatever, he'll be back there by tomorrow. Now, Murda Beatz' biggest W so far this year was probably Nice for What, which has gone triple platinum and it hit number 1 on Billboard. Actually, more than once.
Nice for What, been number 1 on the charts for like 8 consecutive weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy. It went back to number 1
Right,
4 times.
yeah.
That's the first record in history.
And it actually came together pretty quickly.
He just wrote the record and cut it, and it was like done in like hour and a half.
So what's next for Murda Beatz? Well, he's got a new mixtape on the way, Keep God First 2. And as for the rest of the story, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see, because this is before they're famous. My name's Mike McCrett. Thanks for checking out this video. We have 2 more suggested videos for you down below. Thanks again to Candy Pens. You can check them out. There is also a link down below. Be sure to bug Murda Beatz on social media that he's got to sit down with the Toronto boy named Michael McCrudden. Or maybe I'll see him at Wallflowers again. We bumped into each other at a bar. Which is funny. I never go out. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, he's a big deal. All right, guys. We'll see you in another video. Blah, blah, blah.